We're going to show you another way to carry formatting of indexes and tables of contents over to other books. And the way this method works is basically you modify your template. And so we'll show you how that's going to work. And typically what you want to do is you want to modify the file that's typically the first one in all your books. And in this case, we're going to assume it's the cover. So we're going to open the cover here. And what we can do is we can add some of these formats directly to this file and they'll be picked up. So let's go to Windows here and let's open up the original index and TOC that we were working with. We were working with these ones from the Table Cleaner book. And we're going to assume that we're going to update our cover template here that we're going to use from book to book. So we're going to open all these files. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to the cover and we're going to go to File, Import, Formats, and we want to deselect everything, and we want to go to the Table Cleaner TOC. And what do we want to bring over here? Well, we want to bring over paragraph formats, possibly character formats if we've used any character formatting in the table of contents, and we want the reference pages. And that's really all we want, because we don't want to mess up anything in this cover. For example, we don't want to bring over page layouts or any of the other formats that might affect the formatting of this cover. We're just trying to import these formats that have to do with the table of contents. So we're going to go ahead and click Import. And really, when we look at our document, we shouldn't see any changes in our document. And let's do the same thing again. File, Import, Formats. And this time we're going to pick the index file. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to click Import. Now what we'll do is we'll close these other two files, and we're actually going to get rid of them on disk so you don't think we're doing this with smoke and mirrors. So I'm going to delete these two from the disk, and then I'm going to go back here, and we can actually close this and save the changes. And actually, let me open it back up. I want to show you something here just so you see it. We're going to open this and we're going to go to View, Reference Pages, and what you're going to see, because we imported the reference pages from the TOC and the index, these exist in this file. So there's our IX page, there's our regular reference page, and there's the TOC page. And now because these pages exist, FrameMaker will use these when it creates the table of contents. So let's close this, save it, and let's click here and we'll say Insert Standalone TOC. We'll add it after the cover. We're going to include heading 1, and we'll include heading 2, and as always we're going to create hypertext links. And let's go ahead and click OK, and we'll click Cancel. Let's add the index at the same time. We'll just do this all at once. Insert Standard Index, and all this is pretty much set up. We're going to include index markers. We're going to include it. We're going to put it after the last component in the book, and we're going to create hypertext links. And now we can generate both of them at the same time. So we go ahead and click Update. So now what FrameMaker is doing is, because it's not finding those on the disk, it's actually going to look for those reference pages in that cover file, and it's going to go ahead and use them. And so let's consolidate these windows. Okay, and you can see what it did. It said, okay, I don't find it on disk, but I find a reference page that has this information, and I find these paragraph formats in the catalog in that first document because we imported them, and it goes ahead and uses it and gives you a fully formatted table of contents. Now we didn't get the title because the title, remember, has to be added later. So you'll still have to add the title that says Table of Contents, but at least you get all the rest of the formatting. And then we go to the index here, and you can see we get the fully formatted index like we set up in the previous book. So if you have control over your template, this is probably the best way to do it. Otherwise, if you're not sure, you can use the copy and paste and rename method that we used in the previous videos.